Hey gang, TGIF, happy freaking Friday. So glad to be with you this Friday. Got some good news, got a lot of things to talk about today. It's January 10th, so we're just 30% of the way through the month, and we're also 30% of the way to our goal. So really good job. Happy for everybody who has got a deal on the books already to start 2020 off strong. Thank you so much for all of that you do. I'm going to switch over here to my screen record mode, which is a really handy tool brought to us by BombBomb and the affiliation they have with Long and Foster. So thank you for that. Couple of things to point out. As you know, reviews, testimonials are the lifeblood of leads today in the real estate industry. Nobody does anything without checking reviews. And so we're no different in that regard. And so we're really trying to develop the leads or the reviews and the testimonials around our office. I think we have like a 4.9% rating right now on Google or Facebook. And so we've included all of the office pages here in the email. And I'm hoping that you guys will take a look at these and maybe click on them. And if you haven't already given us a review, take a few minutes and write a nice couple of words or a sentence or two about the office and what you like about working in the Suffolk Long and Foster office. Or even if you don't work here, but you think this is a cool place, write a couple of words and tell people why you think so. And that'll help build our brand on the internet and in Google and Facebook and LinkedIn and Yelp and all those cool places. So definitely want to point that out. Also, if you don't know about this, you should all be getting this email. As a Long and Foster agent, you should get this email. It's an invitation to the technology tasting that they do every month. And so they talk about the technology that we have, upcoming technology that we can use in our business to continue to build our brand. And so click this link here and you can register for the next technology tasting webinar brought to us by our friends Sam Jackson and Greg Scott up at Long and Foster headquarters. And so they're going to be talking about Moxie Engage and how to have your online leads filtered directly into Moxie Engage and the many different ways that we can use Moxie Engage to interact with our leads. And so I think that's going to be really good. They usually take about 30 minutes, 45 minutes doing those webinars, and it's always great information. So click one of these links here. You can watch their 1-minute introduction and then click the registration button on that page to get signed up for that webinar. And once you sign up for that, you should start getting these email invitations every month when they have these. So definitely do that. I thought this was kind of interesting, you guys. So Virginia Association of Realtors put out a study today, and it said between the year 2017 and 2018, about 6,000 more 25 to 35-year-olds moved out of Virginia than actually moved in. And so we're one of only 2 states that has a decline in the natural migration of this particular generation, 25 to 35 years old. And so there's a couple of interesting points they make in that article. And so if you're interested, you can click this link here to read the entire article. It's not very long. It's like a 1 or 2 minute read, but definitely interesting to note that that generation finds more value in other states outside of Virginia. February 18th, so it's over a month away. It's a little early, but on February 18th, we have been invited, Long and Foster Suffolk office has been invited to go across the street to the Eagle Construction Center, the design center for Eagle Building. And if you don't know, they're a big builder, really big up in the Richmond area. And they have a few developments here in the Hampton Roads area. One that I'm familiar with is over in Cypress Creek in Smithfield, so close to my house. And so they've invited us to come over and check out their design center. They'll have a short presentation talking and bragging about themselves, which is awesome. And they're going to provide us with free food. So I expect I'll see you there. Who doesn't want free food? That's going to be from 12 to 2 on February 18th. So we already have that day on the calendar for a training, for a lunch and learn. And so we're just going to go across the street and we're going to let them provide the lunch and do the training. that day. So gold mine pipeline. So you can see I've got this in here again, and I've shared this with you guys before because I think it's really, really critical that we all begin to focus and work on our pipeline. 80% of the average realtor's business comes from people they already know. It comes from people that are in your database or in your sphere of influence. And so it's critical that we work on our database constantly. It never ends. So as a sales professional, as a real estate agent, this is something that's not going to go away. You have to always be mining your database. And so that's where this gold mine pipeline philosophy comes into play. And so attached to this email is a gold mine pipeline that you can begin to fill out. And so you want to begin building this database. I've also included a worksheet called 150 Ways to Build Your Database. And so it's a memory jogger, basically. You know, who's your daycare provider? Who cuts your hair? Who's at your nail salon? Who works at the grocery store? Who walks your dog? That sort of thing. And it's going to help you start to build your database. And so if you haven't gone through this before, or even if you have, it's really, really important that we do this multiple times per year to make sure that we're not leaving anybody off of our list. Because for the average agent, 80% of your business is going to come off of this list. So it's incredibly important to have as many people on this list as possible and make sure that they know that you're in the real estate business. They say it takes 7 touches before someone will actually remember your name and that you're actually in real estate. So what you don't want to do is, come home one afternoon and see a for sale sign in your neighbor's yard that doesn't belong to you because, they forgot. Sometimes we think to ourselves, well, I already told them, I talked to them a year ago. I'm sure they know I'm in real estate. And they forgot. So you've got to create your pipeline. You've got to figure out a way to market to that database with relevant content regularly. And so we've got all of the tools and technology that you're going to need to do that. And to help you do that, we've got the scripts, we've got the technology. Now we've got Moxie campaigns. So definitely take a look at that. It's really, really, really worth it. Surveillance. This came up earlier this week when I was talking with someone about surveillance and what right does a seller have to record the showings going on at their house. And so this is a really interesting short little video put out by the Virginia Association of Realtors. So here's a lawyer telling us what the law says regarding surveillance, be it video and audio. So highly, highly encourage you to watch this short video and learn about your responsibility if your seller is recording the ongoings at their house during a showing. So really, really critical information there for us to know and share. And then also just a couple of dates for you to remember. Our next office meeting is going to be January 21st at 12 o'clock. And then starting in February, we've talked to the core services partners. They really want to participate in our meetings. And so starting in February 5th, we'll have our first and third Wednesday of each month. We'll have our office meeting. So instead of Tuesdays, it's going to be on Wednesdays. And it'll be at the same time from 12 to 1. So really, really happy about that. I want our core services to be involved as often as possible. So I think that's a great transition starting in February. And our lunch and learn will be every other Tuesday. So this is where we're going to do technology training or gold mine pipeline training, something like that. And we're going to do that every other Tuesday. So if you guys have topics, if you have things that you're interested in, you want to learn more about, send those suggestions in and we will get them on the calendar because we've got a lot of time to fill. And I want to talk about things that are important to you, things that are relevant to you and things that you want to know more about. So really, really important. Send those suggestions in and we'll fill the calendar. I pointed this out to you guys probably a month ago. Shaheen Law Firm, their holiday party is coming up this week, and we are all, as Long & Foster agents, invited to their party. So click on this picture here. You can blow it up, get the address if you would like to go over to that holiday party at the Shaheen Law Firm. Feel free to go over there and check it out. It should be fun. If you don't know, we are core partners with the Shaheen Law Firm. And so it's really, really valuable to us as real estate agents to have an attorney that we can go to or that our clients can go to for legal advice. And 99.9% of the time, it doesn't cost us anything because they are on retainer. So very, very valuable benefit. And one of the many benefits of being a one-stop shop, right? Legal, title, insurance, mortgage, home warranty. We've got it all under one roof. So really, really valuable perk there. And this came out today, actually. So what this says is that as of 2020, if there is evidence that a home has been treated for termites, but it's not currently under a protection plan, that the termite moisture inspector is going to recommend a treatment. I'm really not happy about that at all. I don't know that I can do anything to change it. But this came down from the National Pest Management Association. So definitely read this. And then there's an attachment to this email for you to read. You should be aware of this because if you go to list a property, you want to make darn sure you ask your seller if they have a termite protection plan in place. Because if they don't, it might be a really good idea to go ahead and get that done before the termite moisture inspection takes place on the sale of their home. So definitely check that out. I've got several attachments to this email. 150 ways to build your database, the Goldmine pipeline worksheet. There's also an attachment for 5 suggested videos that you should be making. So if you haven't made those yet, you should think about it. You should get in here. You should do it. I'll help you. I think video is the way of the future, and we should all be on video. It lasts forever, you know. I mean, if you make a branding video and start talking about yourself, or if you get a testimonial video from a couple of your clients, it lasts forever. You can use it over and over and over and over again in building your brand online. And then there's that termite moisture report there also attached. So check that out. Helium. Yeah. So thank you. I got a note here. We have a helium tank in the closet, you guys. So if you're doing an open house and you want to do balloons or something, or if you just want to talk funny because you did that, we have a helium tank in the closet that you guys have access to, and we've got branded Long & Foster balloons in the closet. So you could come in here, blow up a dozen balloons, and take them to your open house. And so I want you guys to know about that. I think I'm the only one that's been using that helium, and it doesn't cost you anything. It's free. Come in and fill up some balloons and have fun with it. So, all right, guys, that's it. Happy Friday. Have a good weekend. Really, really happy you guys are here and part of the show. Send in your suggestions. You know how to get a hold of me. Call me, text me, email me. I'm here for you always and forever. It's about 6:30. I'm going to go ahead and blow this pop stand. So, all right, bye.